Is Aliko Dangote the best thing that is about to happen to Kenya?
My name is Aliko Dangote, and I am the group president and chief executive of Dangote Group.
A man who is not only rewriting history, but also turning Africa's dreams into reality, having already built a refinery in Nigeria that produces 650,000 barrels per day. Let me paint a picture for you. Before Dangote's refinery began operations, Nigeria's state-owned refineries were largely not functional, forcing the country to rely heavily on imported fuel despite being one of Africa's biggest oil producers. Now, he may be about to do the same thing for East Africa, and Kenya is emerging as a strong contender. And this story starts with Uganda.
My friend.
Uganda is currently building the $5 billion East African crude oil pipeline, a 1,443-kilometer pipeline stretching from Uganda's Albertine Graben to Tanzania's port city of Tanga. At the same time, Uganda is drilling wells that will feed the pipeline, including the massive Tanga project led by Total Energies. Uganda's crude oil is thick and waxy, so the entire pipeline has been designed to stay electrically heated all the way to Tanga. But there's one thing East Africa still lacks: a major refinery. Without one, the region could end up exporting crude oil only to buy back expensive refined fuel from overseas. And this is where Dangote comes in. Tanga initially looked like the obvious location because of the pipeline connection and room for industrial expansion. That's why President William Ruto found himself in an awkward situation with President Samia Suluhu after publicly suggesting Tanga as the ideal location.
Lo, ningejua, ningetangaza hiyo refinery ijengwe Mombasa.
But while many expected Tanga, Dangote now appears to be leaning more towards Mombasa. And honestly, Mombasa makes sense. First, Mombasa has a much larger and deeper port. The port of Mombasa has a depth of about 15 meters and can accommodate larger cargo ships handling more than 45 million tons of cargo annually. Tanga port, on the other hand, is smaller with a depth of around 13 meters and significantly lower cargo volumes. Secondly, Kenya consumes more fuel than Tanzania, making it a more attractive market for a refinery. Kenya consumes more than 4 billion liters of fuel annually compared to Tanzania's estimated 3.5 billion liters. The port of Lamu is also reportedly under consideration. Dangote estimates constructing this refinery could cost between 15 to 17 billion, with Kenya, Uganda and Tanzania all expected to support the project if it moves forward. And if completed, this refinery could completely reshape East Africa's energy sector, processing oil not only from Uganda but potentially from South Sudan and Ethiopia as well. It could also reduce fuel import costs, stabilize supply and lower fuel prices in the long term. So the question is Dangote about to become East Africa's biggest economic game changer in decades? Share your thoughts. I'm Eric Mugo and this is News Diary.